On board with the Avalanche Andretti driver, running in 5th place. His teammate is disappearing up the road. Jake Dennis leading as he starts the final lap of the Mexico City E-Prix. He's 7.5 seconds ahead of Pascal Wehrlein in 2nd place. And now is the battle for 3rd coming into view. Lucas de Grassi, he's got a good advantage over Hughes.
Yeah, it's
with
the race
1 lap
for
to
4th
go.
now. Hughes defending into turn 1, radio.
Same energy as de Grassi.
No risk.
Whoa, Lotterer forces it around the outside. Hughes holds the inside line coming into turn 3. And how much pressure is Lotterer under from Buemi? A bit, but he manages to keep it together. How racy is Da Costa? Da Costa goes to the outside at the back of the queue in the Porsche. There's a bit of contact between Lotterer and Hughes ahead of him. Fenestraz has now dropped out of the points and down into 13th place. And there's the move. It's a slippery, I think it's a slippery surface flag now. I don't think it's a yellow anymore there at the chicane. So that seems like a legitimate move for Lotterer. He's got up into 4th place. Hughes drops down to 5th, but the other Avalanche Andretti is coming through the final corner, and Jake Dennis starts Gen 3 of Formula E with a superb, dominant win in Mexico City. Jake Dennis wins, and is the first winner of the season. The first winner of season 9. Pascal Wehrlein across the line in 2nd place after winning here last year. 3rd is going to be de Grassi. He comes out the final corner now and takes the checkered flag.
Oh my God.
Disbelief from Jake Dennis over the line. Super impressive. Completely dominated.
We got more action. There's a DS Penske going slowly out of the final corner. He's out of energy as he comes across the line. It's Verne. Jean-Eric Verne out of energy as he comes through. And he ends up finishing in 12th place, only 1 point for DS Penske. But it's Jake Dennis who wins for Andretti. And Verne's got ahead of Hughes now, so Hughes is really struggling for energy. Cassidy's looking in a really strong place. In fact, Buemi and Rast are both pretty low. Final lap now starting. Final lap of the Diriyah E-Prix, and they are right together for the lead. Pascal Wehrlein and Jake Dennis, 1st and 2nd. Well, 2nd and 1st respectively in the championship. We've got our early title contenders here.
Nobody else in the picture on track.
It's 3 seconds back to Sam Bird.
Pascal is in the catbird seat at this point, in complete control. Just saving a bit of energy through this section in order to go all out into the final overtaking zone in 18.
Final lap of a really fun Diriyah E-Prix. Dennis pushing it all the way to the walls through 14 to try and stop Pascal Wehrlein taking his 2nd Formula E win.
You have to defend him. You have to defend him.
He's too far away.
You're going to have to defend him is the message. He does look too far away.
No defending necessary.
Wehrlein onto the brakes. Through the chicane. Gets it stopped. Neat and tidy. 1 more corner to go for the German. Dennis was the championship leader coming into this one. He still might be. Looks to the inside of the final corner, but Wehrlein holds on. Wehrlein wins for Porsche. His 2nd win in Formula E. And Wehrlein wins the first Diriyah E-Prix of the weekend. Oh, and look at that contact across the line. But there's the celebration of Porsche. Looked in real trouble after pre-season testing, but now they have taken the win. 2nd place for Andretti. They'll be happy with that. More fights to come here. Van Dorn finishing ahead of Nato as he comes across the line. Yes. Rast held off Cassidy. Hughes lost to Verne.
Yeah! Yes! Let's go!
Hughes on the inside, and he's starting to defend really hard. That could bring Buemi into the fight as we start the 1 added lap, the final lap of the race, and Hughes knows it. He's defending 5th place at the moment for Jake Hughes, finished 5th and 8th in his 2 Formula E races so far. So that is a get your elbows out, mate, on this final lap.
Not a great transmission to hear.
Here we go then, final lap of the race for Pascal Wehrlein. Coming down the hill. Jake Dennis is 2 seconds back. There he is in the red and white Avalanche Andretti. Hughes has only got 1% of energy. This is going to be really tight for him to get to the end. Evans and Buemi could get him on this final lap. But Bird could still get René Rast, and we'll be thinking he should be able to get René Rast. Here comes Wehrlein up into the chicane for the final time.
He's very low on energy at the moment.
So is René Rast. This is Berg's opportunity for third place. Sends it. He's not quite close enough. He's nudged him. A little bit of a nudge, I think. And Rast holds on. But can Berg get it to the final corner? Meanwhile, Pascal Wehrlein does the double Indiria as the checker flag falls. Wehrlein wins again, takes the lead of the championship. And third is René Rast after a great fight with Sam Bird. And Hughes is still
He's
defending.
out of energy.
He's out of
He's
energy.
out.
Oh!
The Envision gets by the Jaguar, I believe.
Evans pushed Hughes over the line, and Buemi got past Evans because Evans was bump drafting Hughes over the line. Remarkable end to the Diriyah E-Prix. Tictum gets a point in 10th place. Wehrlein, though, takes the win for the Porsche team. Remarkable performance.
Double win! Yeah! Yes! Oh man, you smashed it. Absolutely smashed it.
Van Dorn and De Grassi being given 5-second time penalties. Right, here we go, across the line to start the last lap of the Hyderabad E-Prix. And Cassidy has really got to get past Verne on this run down towards turn 3. Otherwise, he's not going to really have much chance over the remainder of the lap. To the inside goes Verne, the green machine of Cassidy, coming down into 3. Late on the brakes, Verne holds it. Buemi's getting a little bit squirrely behind. Van Dorn goes in deep. Verne's got 1% of energy left. This is going to be so tight until the end of the race. They're going to be so tight on energy, and Cassidy's got so much. But is there going to be the room to find to get through? Half a lap to go.
This is remarkable, and keep in mind they're recovering. That's why the numbers are going back up sometimes. Look, Verne less than 1%, but you'll see that go back up, and that's the energy recovery. He might hang on here, Jack, you know.
I think Jed has it.
This is going to be remarkable if Jean-Eric Verne can hold on to this one. Here's Cassidy's radio.
0.6.
They're telling him he's dropping energy and he's losing out, but he's still got the lead. There's one more corner to go. One of the most remarkable Formula E races in a long time. Is it going to be won by Jean-Eric Verne through the final corner? Heading towards the line, and Verne takes the checkered flag and wins in Hyderabad in unbelievable fashion. Cassidy second, Buemi third, and somehow the Frenchman has held on to take his first win in over 2 years for the Penske team. Second and third for the Envision. They know they've got to be happy with a second and third, but how Jean-Eric Verne in the number 25 black and gold DS Penske held on to win that one, I am rather uncertain.
To go, you will make it.
2 laps to go, you will make it, is the message to Jean-Eric Verne, but Da Costa's looking for it. Da Costa wants this, he's not settling, is he? He's got, how many points this season, Da Costa? 21, he's 9th in the championship. It's not been the start of the season he would have wanted. He's not in the title hunt. He's only interested in a win here. Ooh, so close. Verne won in Hyderabad by 0.4 of a second. The gap between them currently is 0.3 of a second. And Verne's starting to go defensive. We saw 2 weeks ago, Jean-Eric Verne was able to defend so well, but Da Costa's got a great run off turn 7 onto Beach Road. Is he going to go for it again into 8? Weaving all over the back. He's going for it.
This is kind of in well.
He's done it!
Oh my God.
What?
Antonio Felix Da Costa with a farcical move for the lead of the Cape Town E-Prix. The man's on a mission.
Unbelievable.
He deserves. If he wins this race, he absolutely deserves that.
Antonio Felix Da Costa hits the front for Tagoya Porsche. Verne down to second, Fenestrat still running in third. But look at this from the Portuguese. There's no room, but he just sends it
That
around
was
the outside.
10 out of 10 risk. 10 out of 10, but it paid off.
There's contact as they come back on at 8. This is wild. Oh!
That's just insane.
Unreal stuff. Antonio Felix Da Costa is now on the final lap of the race. But what's Verne got to say about it? They've got the same amount of energy. 2% to go on this final lap. Here's his radio.
What's your margin bar? Last lap now.
Yeah, copy.
He's so chilled. He's so chilled. But he's, oh, and that's Fenestrat's, I think, has gone in the wall. Fenestrat's has just gone in the wall at turn 7. So Cassidy's back up into 3rd. But it's all about the battle for the lead. Does Verne fancy the same move? He can't pull it off here. Down towards turn 10. Da Costa's fighting Verne off. That might have been the last chance for the Frenchman. It's not going to be back-to-back wins. It's going to be Antonio Felix da Costa into turn 12 through the final corner. Da Costa wins for Porsche for the first time on the streets of Cape Town. Unbelievable drive from the season 6 champion. Nick Cassidy finishes in 3rd. It's 4th for René Rast. It's 5th for Buemi, but 25,000 Cape Townians are giving Antonio Felix da Costa a standing ovation.
Is this the same podium, the same 3 guys that were at India?
Yeah.
On the podium.
What a crazy race. He deserves every bit of that.
We've got one more lap to go. Evans through the final corner. He is looking for his 7th victory in Formula E. Down the start finish straight in towards turn 1. Cassidy, I don't think, has given up on this race yet either. There's defending further back from Da Costa. Da Costa and Verne are going wheel to wheel into the first corner.
Target's pretty much flat out, mate. Nothing I can do now.
So the target is now flat out, so Bert's got the energy, but he can't use it. Because there isn't enough time left, but look how racy Cassidy's going. He sat behind Jean-Eric Verne. He settled for 2nd place in Hyderabad, did the Kiwi. He doesn't want to settle here this afternoon in Sao Paulo. He wants that win.
He's got one more chance, Jack, coming up into turn 7. This is, I think, Cassidy's last chance to get the move done.
Evans goes super defensive into the right-hander. Holds the place, holds the lead. 2 more corners to go for Mitch Evans. Cassidy's right there. It's 3 for the lead with 2 turns to go in round 6 of the Formula E World Championship. And Cassidy sends it to the outside, coming into turn 10. It's bold, it's ambitious, and it doesn't come off unless he thinks about it in the final corner. It crossed his mind. He doesn't do it. The checkered flag falls. Evans wins in Sao Paulo. Magnificent race, magnificent win for Jaguar. It's a 1-2-3 for Jaguar Powertrains. They've had a tough start to the season, but they're very much back on the top.
Yes! Come on! Yes! Yeah!
Here is Verline, who's running in 9th place. But here comes Bird. We're on the final lap, and he's still not able to get the move made on Sebastian Buemi. Jaguar desperately would love a 1-2. At the moment, it's a 1-3 in the same order as Sao Paulo 3 weeks ago. But Bird is going to get the drive out here.
Yeah, Evans has now got away, and that means that basically there's 2 more corners for Sam Bird to be able to get it done. This is one of them, and he's going round the outside and got it done.
But
Will he be able to get it stopped?
Kind of. Buemi's coming back at him. It was a huge send from Bird to the outside, and he's done it. Sam Bird up into 2nd place. Wonderful, brave move around the outside at turn 6. And now Gunter fancies a look on Buemi into turn 9. Goes to the outside, can't pull it off. But up at the front, into the final corner, comes Mitch Evans. Oh, Buemi, he's not got enough energy, and Gunter gets him, there's contact. And they're still going to be together. But it's Mitch Evans. Wins 2 in a row. Victory in Berlin. A 1-2 for Jaguar. Gunter gets 3rd at the line. Buemi 4th, Cassidy's 5th. And Verline at the line gets 6th. Got 2 places right at the end, Pascal Verline.
My goodness, Andre Lotterer shuffles down into 8th place. 7th is Jean-Eric Verne. Mortara in 9th, and then Oliver Rowland taking a point after a really difficult weekend in 10th. But it was all about the Jaguar guys here. 1-2.
Jaguar back. A little under 3 kilometers to go in a race that could see Nick Cassidy get right involved in the championship fight. Evans is trying to get ahead of Verne for 3rd place. Oh, they both send it in deep. They're right on the edge of grip there. Fantastic to watch. Dennis has got more energy than Cassidy, but I don't think he's going to be able to use it. He's a bit too far back from the Kiwi.
If it is, it's got to be into this next corner, turn 6. However, this is one braking area offline that's very difficult, very, very bumpy. And he's too far back, so Cassidy's going to hold on here. And then last place, I would say, is into the hairpin, the final corner.
Final lap of the race. Cassidy leading. He's down to less than 1%, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think. Here they come towards the final corner. One left-hander to go. Nick Cassidy has won one race before. A very strange red flag race in Brooklyn a year ago. But now he's going to win on the road. Now he's going to win superbly. Nick Cassidy takes victory in Berlin and fires himself into title contention with a brilliant drive. Jake Dennis second. Jean-Eric Vergne third. Fourth for Evans. Fifth for Da Costa. Verline only seventh. Big, big day for Envision. And Nick Cassidy has taken the victory ahead of Jake Dennis.
This is the point of the lap where Mitch Evans is better.
Oh, Muller. Muller, that could be
Everyone
it.
be aware, please be aware. Car 5-1 is at driver's left of turn 1. Obey the flags. He's just after the apex. Driver's left,
car, isn't it?
turn 1. Obey the flags, obey the flags. Car stopped. Driver's left, exit of turn 1.
Okay, well, we'll see how far up the hill it is. We've only got one more lap to go at the end of this one. Cassidy leading, Evans second, Dennis third. Safety car deployed. We're going to finish behind the safety car here. That is going to clinch it for Nick Cassidy. Safety car out right at the end of the race because of the accident for Nico Muller. Such a shame for him because he was looking like he was going to score a point. Here comes Cassidy through the final corner now. The checkered flag is there. Cassidy wins in Monaco and moves to the lead of the Formula E World Championship. Back-to-back wins for the Envision team.
As a reminder from race control, car 3-7, car 9, car 2-7 stays on track, goes to the podium. Car 3-7, car 9, car 2-7 stay on track, go to the podium, please. Thank you.
So sorry.
Apologies,
Here we go.
Sandberg. So we're into the final lap, and this is it then. This is the last opportunity for Jake Dennis to try and find a way past Pascal Wehrlein. 1 and 2 at the moment, with Günther dropping away a little bit in third place. I have to say, I don't think he's going to be a part of it, but can Jake Dennis find something special on this last lap? Car's bouncing a little bit over that section. It is still quite bouncy up there, but Pascal Wehrlein so far has controlled every element of this race.
Yeah, he really has. He's placed the car on all the right paths to be defensive. We've got a yellow at turn 3. Somebody might have gone off, but it's cleared off. Right, turn 13. This is Dennis's best and last opportunity. As
Sandberg who's dropped out now, so both the Jaguars in trouble in this race. We've got a yellow flag, as you say, but is it going to change? Pascal Wehrlein, I think he can hold on here. We're into the final sections before coming on to the start-finish straight, and Jake Dennis surely is not going to quite manage to do it. Good exit out of the last corner, and there's no doubt about it. Pascal Wehrlein takes victory in Jakarta and takes his 3rd win of the season after a tough time recently, and that puts the championship battle right up together again with Nick Cassidy. Jake Dennis, superb 2nd place, being consistent, getting on the podiums once again, and he hoped he would have a chance to get past. It didn't quite happen, but nonetheless really important points for them. Jake Dennis is thinking all the time, focusing on what he might be able to do.
Yeah, final lap, so they've got similar energy, and you know, I think at this stage they're pretty settled on. I think this is what we need to be watching here, because Fenestras all over the back of Mitch Evans. The best opportunity is into turn 1, but Wehrlein is also thinking about Nato, not quite close enough. So Wehrlein could be leaving Indonesia just 1 point now ahead of Dennis, and only 5 to Cassidy. This is incredibly close.
It is incredibly close, and it certainly sets things up for the remaining 5 races if it stays like this. The energy running out, but the laps are running out as well, and everybody in position just hoping they could perhaps gain another place or 2. I'm not sure there are going to be too many changes though. Max Günther has had an absolutely amazing weekend here in Jakarta. pole position in both races, fastest in all sessions, such as free practice and qualifying. An excellent podium finish in third place yesterday. But Max Günther comes through to take victory in round 11 of the Formula E Championship. A superb event for him, beating Jake Dennis. He takes his 4th career win, his first win since July 2021.
Well done! Well done!
Third place goes to Mitch Evans, 4th to Fenestraz, 5th to Norman Nato, and Pascal Wehrlein has to settle for 6th place, which we believe will put him just up into the championship lead, but it'll make it a very, very tight battle at the top. And well done to Max Günther. Superb.
This is going to be into the last lap. He's got to do it to cost at the end of the straight, or he doesn't have a chance, because there's just not many enough corners to do it. He has to get one of the cars done now.
Coming down, you could see that Jake Dennis having a little look around the outside of Da Costa. Oh, no, he can't quite make that work. Da Costa holds on to 2nd place. Nick Cassidy is still in front of both of them. He'll be looking in his mirrors thinking, oh, that's good that they're battling. I've got a bit more space there.
Yeah, but that's actually used up that extra 1% energy, because he also had to defend from Buemi coming out. He had to square off the corner, and that means that he'll have sapped away some of the advantage that he had. But that was important for Da Costa to block it. It was important for Dennis to try to make it happen.
Buemi is still in 4th place, chased by Mitch Evans. Evans really needs the extra points at this stage. It's worth a risk for Evans to try and get past Buemi. Sam Bird just a couple of places further back with some damage on the front end of his car. But we are now coming into the closing stages of this race, and Nick Cassidy is looking for victory, but Jake Dennis goes into 2nd place. Jake Dennis, Da Costa must be weak on power or something, because he had to lift off so early, and Jake Dennis has still got a chance, hasn't he? Out of the last corner, no, I don't think he has. Nick Cassidy has judged it perfectly again, I think, as he comes over the line. Yes, Nick Cassidy takes his 3rd win of the season on 0% energy as he crosses the line. A brilliant performance by the New Zealander to take another victory, and that'll put him right up there in the championship. But with Dennis close behind, we shall see.
As Jean-Eric Vergne tries to invent something in towards these 90-degree lefts. This could be an opportunity for him, maybe trying to compromise the British driver's traction coming through this series of corners, and maybe set one up the inside. Look at how tight he's making that corner, but that's going to cost him time on the exit of the corner out of that final turn.
Definitely is. Final lap.
So final lap then we are then with Mitch Evans leading the way from Nick Cassidy. This has been a great drive also from Max Günther, who sits in 3rd place. And in terms of Kiwi drivers, they've finished 1-2 twice this season so far, back in Sao Paulo and also in Monaco as well. So let's see whether they can make it a Kiwi 1-2 here this afternoon with less than 1 lap now remaining. And Jake Dennis tries as hard as he can to hold on for 4th place against Jean-Eric Vergne as they come through the left of turn 6. Is the yellow flag still coming out of that corner? No, it's gone away now. Down the outside goes Jean-Eric Vergne on Jake Dennis. Dennis defends the inside line. Nico Müller there ready to try and pick up the pieces if he can. Vergne really getting his elbows out here, but no room for him to make his way through into 4th for now. What an absolutely superb drive, meanwhile, at the helm of the race. This has been for Mitch Evans. He has controlled this one absolutely brilliantly, whilst others faltered behind him. Nick Cassidy sitting in 3rd place. Here comes Jean-Eric Vergne, still trying to attack on the back of Jake Dennis, but no way for him to come through. Meanwhile, it's just a couple of corners remaining here for the Kiwi. Mitch Evans, what a drive it has been. It was pole position here this morning, and he comes through the final series of corners to make it his 3rd win in a row. In Rome, across the line comes Mitch Evans to win for Jaguar TCS Racing for round 13 of the ABB FIA Formula E Championship. It's a Kiwi 1-2, and in the battle for 5th place as well, it's side by side here between Vergne and between Nico Müller. Vergne just about manages to hold it against the Abt Cupra into the final corner. Dennis gets over the line in 4th place, just ahead of Jean-Eric Vergne and Nico Müller. What an absolutely superb end to that race. Pascal Wehrlein takes 7th as well.
Come on! Who's the king of Rome? Come on! Yes! And that's with fastest lap. Perfect event. Come on, maximum points!
Don't count out Edo Mortara, Sebastian Buemi or Maxi Günther in this one as well. Anything can happen in Formula E, and we've seen that already today.
Keep me posted on fastest lap threat.
Yeah, you've got it by a mile, mate.
Confirmation there for Jake Dennis having the fastest lap in this race by a mile, so it will be a maximum point total of 26 for him in the race, which will be a very, very welcome result for him going into the next round of the title. This is going to be crucial here for Sam Bird. He closes up onto the back of Norman Nato, but he's not there within striking distance at the moment.
This is one of the overtaking opportunities up into turn 7, but definitely the gap's far too far behind.
Nato only with 1% energy though left. This could be critical here for Norman Nato. He's going to be doing everything he can, trying to flintstone his car across the timing line at this rate, because Bird has got 4% energy remaining, and is Nato going to have to back off in the closing stages of this final lap? There's a yellow flag out at turn 3. That's not going to affect the runners at the front that we're looking at for now, but Nato's energy is going down. Dennis with only 1% there as well, so Bird with great efficiency is really in the pound seats, but is he going to be able to pounce on Nato?
He's going to be into the obelisk or into the final corners. He's going to be in a position, I think for Dennis it's clear, but I don't know for Nato it's going to be super, super close.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the Nissan team have either pulled a blinder or they've miscalculated. It's looking like the former at the moment as they come through into the final sector. Jake Dennis, what a drive it has been from the Avalanche Andretti driver. Through into the final series of corners he comes, controlling this race, the first ever lights the flag victory, led every single lap, and he comes across the line to win round 14 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship. Norman Nato comes home in second place, timed to perfection with 0% energy remaining. Sam Bird comes over the line in third place ahead of Edo Mortara and Sebastian Buemi inside the top 5. 2 Maseratis in the top 10 as well.
Yeah, baby! Ah, yes!
So next lap is the last lap.
Last lap of action then for round 15 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship here for the London E-Prix. At the moment it's Mitch Evans, followed by Felix da Costa, followed by Jake Dennis, but Sebastian Buemi, more usable energy underneath him, an opportunity maybe for him to try and sneak up the inside of Jake Dennis. Maybe that is what Mitch Evans is trying to do, trying to back the pack up, allow that opportunity for Buemi to try and attack, and you can see the tension down in the Avalanche Andretti pit box here. Down we go. As you can see, as it stands, this will be enough for Jake Dennis to be crowned as the world champion of 2023 through into the final series of corners. He has. Antonio Felix da Costa's been given a 3-minute time penalty for a technical infraction. That means, of course, that Jake Dennis will be elevated up the order, and that is more than enough. And you can see a wry smile just creeping through on the face of Roger Griffiths, the team principal. There's only a handful of corners remaining as they come up the rise into turn 19 and turn 20. It'll be Mitch Evans who wins round 15 of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship. Da Costa with that time penalty, but Jake Dennis comes across the line and he becomes the ABB FIA Formula E World Champion of Season 9 here in London. What a drive from Jake Dennis. Jake Dennis.
World champions, baby! Ah!
Controlling this race absolutely beautifully as we begin the final lap. So Nick Cassidy leads the field then at the end of the beginning of the final lap. The end of this race ahead of Mitch Evans and Jake Dennis, who's coming through the final corner in the Avalanche Andretti. Then it's Norman Nato, Stoffel van Dorn, Sebastian Buemi, Sam Bird. So despite that the gaps inside the top 5 being pretty close early on, they seem to have petered out a little bit now towards the end of this race.
So I'm going to get the fastest lap at crap right now. I'm going to push like hell.
But just having a look at the lap times here between these drivers, and Nick Cassidy with the fastest lap last time around. but I haven't got the data to suggest that he's done the fastest lap overall. Look at Dan Ticktum here. He's a man who's really on a charge, sitting in 9th place. Just in front of him is Nico Müller and Sam Bird, and Ticktum sniffing an opportunity on home soil to try and pick up the pieces, and more points here in Neo's Championship Challenge in the team's order here as well. He's going to be running out of opportunities as he comes out of turn 9 on the run up in towards turn 10 for the final time. Into the spray, but up into the final series of corners comes Nick Cassidy. He has controlled this race absolutely perfectly. It's pole position, led every single lap, and he comes around the final corner to win the final race of 2023. Nick Cassidy takes victory in London from Mitch Evans in 2nd place. Jake Dennis in the Andretti, the newly crowned 2023 World Champion, rounds the final corner and will bookend his season with a podium finish and a slide to the checkered flag. And a great performance also further down from Norman Nato in the Nissan in 4th place ahead of Stoffel van Dorn. Some kind of redemption after a challenging 2023 campaign ahead of Sebastian Buemi, Sam Bird, Nico Müller, Dan Ticktum, Pascal Wehrlein. Look at the difference in manufacturers and teams all in the top 10.
Thank you, boys. Yeah, I really like you guys.